In the next few minutes, you're going to discover how this event, where I did pretty much nothing, did about $490,000 in sales in the back end. And this is what I call the no close close. You're going to be able to discover exactly what happened, the languaging and the messaging, and how to create a really good, compelling offer as well as a presentation by showing your audience and getting your audience to tell you what it is that they want and how to create an offer from it. So even if you're totally unprepared, even if you don't know what to sell, even if you don't have a pitch, if you don't have a close, you'll be able to see exactly how you can start applying and implementing these strategies. So here's the thing that people don't see at this event. You see, when I was speaking here at this event, this was one of my low points in life. I was actually shattered internally. And the reason was that because a few days before this event, my dog of 13 years passed away. And I remember I was in a state where I was just in a state of shock, in a state of grief, and doing and executing this event, which was 5 days, was one of the last things that I wanted to do. But I knew that doing this event was now not just about me, because I had people from all over, people from South Africa, Germany, the UK, Europe, all over Asia, flying in to do this event, to attend this event. So this event wasn't just about me. I had to fulfill this event even though I didn't feel like it. And just a few days before this event, I was having a conversation with my friend and my mentor, Joel Bauer is over here in this picture. And I was telling Joel how I felt and how I didn't even feel like doing this event. I didn't feel like making an offer. I didn't feel like doing anything. I just wanted to eat ice cream at home and feel bad about myself. And Joel said, say no more. And he booked a flight to fly over to this event, to support me at this event. And it was amazing because not only did Joel help me tremendously, being there for me, but he showed me this close that I've never seen anybody ever do it before. And this is called the no close close. Now, what is the no close close? It pretty much works like this. I'm going to show you exactly the breakdown together with the structure, together with the different layers of what he did and a pitch that he did that did about $490,000 in sales without me really doing anything. And you're going to see it for yourself how that works. So one of the things that you might realize is that in events, it's a very, very common thing that it's about the back end of an event that makes an event truly profitable. And the truth of the matter is, when I did the event, I didn't even want to do anything. I didn't want to sell anything. I didn't want to make an offer. I just wanted to get it over with. And when Joel said, well, are you going to make an offer at the end of the 5-day event? I said, no, I'm just going to go do it. And he said, why won't you make an offer? And I said, because number one, I don't think I'm in the mental capacity to do so, to prepare for it. And he said, let me just pause this video for a second, right? Before I show you what's going on. He said, do you believe that if your audience continued working with you or hired your company or your agency to help them roll out these marketing assets, it's going to make a difference in their business and their lives? And I said, yeah, without a doubt. And he said, well, then wouldn't you agree that it would be your moral obligation to make an offer so that if they choose to, they can continue working with you? And I said, yeah, of course, I understand that. It's just that I'm tired, I'm mentally exhausted. And he said, you know what? Let me handle it for you. Okay? And here's the crazy thing. So at the end of the event, what he did is he showed me what it was like to close without having a close. So what's happening right now is Joel is pretty much summarizing the tail end of the event. And what's happening right now is, and you can see this is like a 42-minute clip. Okay, so I'm gonna deconstruct to you like the important bits and pieces. So what's happening right now is Joel's summarizing the event, everything that we've learned. And what Joel is doing for me is he's asking the room the action steps that they need to be taking after they left this event. And here's the brilliance about the no close close, which is what you could be doing as well if you don't know what your offer is, which is basically you asking your audience, what do you think is required on their end in terms of the action steps in order to be successful. And what is happening right now is you'll notice that he's doing the talking, he's interacting with the audience, and I'm literally there at my event writing down the action steps that my audience is telling me that they need to do in order to roll out the things that I'm showing them. Okay, so a bit of context in here. This event happened it's been a while now, it's about 7 years ago. And at the end of this event, they're telling me like, here's the stuff that they are committed to doing. Okay, so right now they're writing down, okay, they're shouting out the answers. And basically from here, it looks really small, looks a little bit blurred out. But you know, some of them said, okay, we're gonna create our branding pictures, we're gonna create our free plus shipping funnel, right? And we're gonna finally roll out our book, right? Done for you. So what's happening right now is the audience is telling me the action steps that they need to be taking after they left this event, that they know if they execute it and if they apply and implement it, it's going to make a big difference for them, right? So notice what I'm doing right now. I am literally just listing out the action steps that they tell me that is required of them, right? So notice what's happening right now. They're telling me, Joel's talking, right? He's getting them to think, right? Take action on the action steps, implementation, right? So what are they telling me? You can see here, marketing videos, this is number 4, right? Number 5 was like they're pitched, polished, and recorded, getting it out there, getting it done, okay? What's number 7? Number 7 is like the copywriting on the page, right, for the funnel. Number 8 would be like the Facebook banner, as well as branding on Facebook, getting your Facebook pages up and running, the ads up and running, right? So all I'm doing is we are just interacting with the audience, right? They're telling us the action steps that needs to be done. Number 9 is like the opt-in funnel. Number 10 is the autoresponder email sequence. So right now, what is this no close? You're probably seeing where this thing is headed, right? So right now, what's happening is we are just asking the audience, what are the things that they're committed to doing? You see, here's the important piece right now to understand what makes a great offer. What makes a great offer is never about learning more information. If you think about it, you've heard me say this before, like the number 1 criticism of people who bash courses is when they say
things like, bro, why do you need to spend $2,000 buying a course, right? You can buy that thing or learn that thing for free on a YouTube video, just like this one.
And guess what? They're right. If you're selling information or selling courses based on information, you deserve to lose. Why? Because now you're competing with a free Google search. You are competing with YouTube videos. And wouldn't you agree that every single thing in any topic, whether it's fitness, whether it's a Zumba class, whether it's weight loss, whether it's real estate, whether it's trading stocks, whether it's online marketing, Facebook, that technique can be found for free on a YouTube video. But if information is free, then why isn't everybody successful in topic name? Why isn't everybody rich and happy and fulfilled and have found inner peace? It is because information alone does not create change. So what makes a great offer is never on information. It is based on execution or implementation, right? Why does a person hire a personal trainer at the gym? Why don't they just watch a YouTube video and go do it themselves, or read a book and do it themselves? It is because the added value of the trainer isn't just in giving them information, right? What is it? It's accountability, it's getting them to show up, it's pushing them, it's maybe even yelling in front of their face. It could be giving them an accountability partner, it could be making it fun, so it could be celebrating their wins with them. It is all of the other things that makes the offer great. And this is what makes a great offer. So notice, if you want to be able to apply and implement this close, what's happening over here is we're just listing out the action steps that the audience is telling us, the steps that they are committed to doing. And what would happen is at the end, okay, so this is the no close. Like Joel and I, like literally, I did not have any offer in mind, and I was totally cool not offering anything. So all I did was, Joel said, why don't we get the audience to tell us what are action steps, And then we decide if we want to make or turn an offer out of it based on what it is that he tells us. Okay, so how would that look like? Well, let's listen to the languaging a little bit so they can see what this means. Okay, here we go.
Stand up where you are and walk to the front of the room and sit down next to Peng Joon and I. This is a different close. This is called, we're passing forward all of our skills.
Okay, so let me just pause this for a second and what's happening right now, right? So what's essentially happening right now is we listed down all these different things, the different components, and Joel's just saying, if you're somebody that wants to be able to do this with us, either through working with my company, my team, as an agency where it's done for you, right? Stand up and come in front, right? Come in front of the room. So right now what's happening is he is getting people up, and these are people that's qualified because now they know exactly what it is that they're getting. It's being listed out in front over here. Let me just pause this for a second, and you'll see that this is called this is like the first type of close, right? It's a filter to see how many people actually want to do this.
Volunteers tribute.
So let's continue and kind of deconstruct and see what happens next.
So they're not going to have that opportunity. Only this group. That's it. It's the end of the demonstration. So now here's what determines whether we move forward.
Okay, so notice one of the things that Joel was doing is he was teaching them. This is what's amazing about Joel. He was like teaching them on the close, telling them that this is how this thing works. We are now going to determine if we want to be able to execute and create this offer based on the demand. Because like to me, I told Joel, look, Joel, if I don't get at least like 10 people, it's really just not worth my team's time or my time to be able to do this. So it really depends if there is enough demand for this. Now, what does this mean for you? It means that you could be doing a webinar, you could be doing a pitch, you could be doing a sales video where you're very transparent with your audience. And this is something I talk about, like selling before you create and doing it very ethically and very transparently. So what can you be saying, right? If you to model this same thing that's happening right now, it would be telling your audience, look, this course doesn't exist, or this offer doesn't exist, or this done for you, this consulting does not exist. But I want to be able to see as a proof of concept if there's a demand for this. And if there's at least 3 people, 5 people, 10 people that take me up on this offer, then we'll move forward, right? Is everybody clear, right? So what's happening over here is Joel's being very transparent and saying, you know, if there's X amount of people, I believe he said 10 people, because that's what I told him back then. Let's see what happens.
If only 10 of them sign up, we don't take their money. We allow them to do what they are. Are you clear? That means if at least 10 of you don't follow through full commitment, right? I mean, you got it. Bye.
Okay, so notice what happened, right? So Joel's saying, right? Joel said, you know, this is a $35,000 offer, right? And if there isn't at least 10 people that takes us up on this offer, we're not going to do it. And that's one of the things I told Joel. I said, Joel, if, you know, 3 people, 5 people does this, you know, it's just not worth my team's time. But if we can put a process to it, and if there's at least 10 people, you know, taking them on that offer, then we'll do it. Okay, so what's happening right now is, let me just kind of pause this. It's this. So when it comes to this no close, notice like the structure and the flow. Let me just kind of summarize in the note format so that you guys can see how it's done. So you could turn up at an event like me back then when I was just, you know, mentally unprepared as well as exhausted, where I really just, you know, I had to battle my own internal things that's happening in my life. But how does this no close work? Okay, number one, it's just summarizing the event, summarizing the action steps, as well as, or rather what it is that they learned from the event. Okay. Number two, notice what happens. Number two is to ask your audience on the action steps that your audience feels they need to take in order to make that thing happen. If you are an agency, if you're selling consulting, if you're selling some sort of done for you, think about how can you show your audience clarity now that you've educated them and get them to think about, okay, so now after that, now that I've learned this is the action steps that I need to be taking. Now, based on the action steps that they tell you, so this could be in the comments, this could be a live event, this could be virtual, you now start listing it out based on what they say, because that's what they're telling you. You're going to write it down, and then from there, right, you decide minimum quantity, right? So like for me, I said if it's all those things, like minimum for us is $35,000 to be able to work together with us to have all those funnels, graphics, ads, emails all written out, done for you. And I said it's $35,000 and I need to have at least 10 people. So we had, at the end of it all, we had 14 people sign up, and that is where, that brings us to number 4, which is the close. The close is just, okay, so if we get at least minimum amount of people, then we'll go do it. If not, we're not processing the payments, right? And that's how you be very clear with everybody so that they understand that if there's not enough, whatever your minimum could be 3 people, it could be 5 people, right? If it's a course, and you just want a proof of concept, maybe you just want 1 person. So this is how you can ethically sell before you create, while telling your audience very transparently that there needs to be this minimum quantity as well. So that's pretty much what happened at that event from many years back. Joel, thank you so much if you're watching this video. That weekend was definitely a memorable one. And if you guys enjoyed this video, if you want to be able to see more videos just like this, first of all, let me know in the comments below your biggest takeaway and how you can apply this. You know that every time we are picking random winners from the comment section to attend our 3-day events worth $997 each. So if you want to be able to be selected for our events, courses, trainings, and to be awarded these type of tickets, all you gotta do is let me know what your biggest takeaway is. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one. And if you want to truly get good at speaking and closing, utilizing all these other techniques, be sure to binge watch all this other videos that's going to appear in front of your screen in a few seconds from now.